What's up, everybody? I'm here in Boston, Massachusetts at the Faneuil Hall watching Al's show. It is awesome. He's got a massive crowd. Check it out.
Thank you, sir. Are you two okay?
Just saw Al Millar, aka Alakazam. How's it going, Al?
What's up, buddy?
Awesome. And so what got you into performing?
I was kind of just born, really. That's how it started. I was born. And then I grew up and I was about a teenager and I started doing circus tricks and performing on the street. I never had a different job. This is it.
Awesome. So what's it like performing here in Boston?
Today, I mean, it's great. It's busy. There's people here, big crowds, big laughs. But you know, these days it's not like this every day. Sometimes it's tougher, but I'm happy.
When you started juggling and started getting into performing, what was your inspirations?
Well, my cousin, he taught me how to juggle, and I was always like, he was a few years older than me, and I always wanted to be like him because he was totally cool. And
right on.
He taught me how to juggle, and we would pass and that. And
is he a performer as well?
Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah, we started street performing together.
What's his name?
Mitch.
Mitch.
Yeah.
Cool.
And he lives in Brisbane. He does shows there.
Brisbane, Australia.
Yeah. I started with him in like '96, and I started doing my own show in '97 and traveling the world. Just took off.
And how long have you been doing it?
22 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is awesome. Any crazy stories while you're in your travels or anything during the show? You're like, wow, this is wild.
Well, I've had people faint in my show. I had a man with a dog try and attack me with his dog here once.
What? Right here,
yeah.
this pitch.
Yeah. Because I don't know why, but he walked through the middle and I said something like, "Oh, do you not get enough attention at home?" And he came at me with his dog and the dog started barking and I was like, "Hey man, I don't want to fight, but you know."
What kind of dog was it?
Oh, it was some big dog.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. I was like, if you want to fight, I'll fight you.
This is between, like, in your show.
If you want your dog to fight me, I'm not going to fight your dog. Now, this is while I was doing my show.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. What did the audience do?
I ended up just like going, just keep moving, buddy. Like you're ruining the vibe.
Yeah.
And he yelled something and left.
What is that like? Just going on the street, finding any place that you see a cool pitch, and just go out and perform your show.
Yeah.
For anybody that's new to the busking world, can you tell them about that?
It's totally pure, man. It's using your God-given talent to make money to live your life. That's as pure as it is. It's nothing more genuine. You find a place, there's people there, you bring them in, you make them laugh, you get them to give you a little bit of cash, and then you move on.
Right.
It's pretty cool.
I've done about 3 weeks so far on a tour, traveling around, and it's been an amazing experience. It's definitely nothing like the stage.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, I can put my stage act on the street. No, because you have to gather the crowd.
Yeah.
You know, you have to, get them to enjoy you, connect with the audience, and then keep the crowd throughout the whole show.
That's the thing.
And if they like it, they pay you, right?
When you're inside on a stage, you don't have to worry about people leaving. Here, people leave on a dime. If you're not interesting for a second, they'll be like, it's time for ice cream.
Now it's like being with other performers as well.
It's cool, man. I mean, we got a great little hang in Boston. We all hang out, we have barbecues and go paddling and go to the beach and, go to dinner and hang out.
It was fun hanging out with you the other day at the river.
Yeah.
That was fun.
Yeah,
Did some kayaking and stuff. And that's a cool thing too. The busking world has a big community. So it's not just you do shows, you also hang out with each other and travel with each other.
And it's not just this city too. I know people in like cities all over the world.
Wow.
So if I'm going to be somewhere, say I'm going to be in Berlin, I'll just write something on Facebook.
Very cool.
Who's in Berlin?
Yeah.
And then, hey, there's 3 people I know in Berlin. Oh, hey, let's hang out.
Yeah. I've been to Berlin, man. I've been on there and went around the area. Berlin's awesome. Love that scene.
Performers will always give you a place to stay.
Yeah.
They'll always give you like food, a barbecue, whatever. And the same with me. People come to town, they can come stay, hang out, watch shows, do shows.
It's like a family.
Yeah.
I hear you throw awesome parties.
I throw a party from time to time, sure.
So if you had advice for someone that wanted to get into busking and what you do, what advice would you give them?
Well, you just got to do it a lot. You just got to go out there and not rely on like music or anything. Just get out there and try and keep people engaged in your show, and basically try and keep them engaged until the end and win them over. You got to kind of win the crowd. So at some point during the show, you can feel it. You can feel when you've won them because they start laughing at every single thing. They start clapping at every single thing. And in the back of my head, when that happens, I go, all right, got them. Now they're going to pay me.
Do you feel like it took you years to get the show that you have now? Or do you feel like there's a certain formula and strategy that people need to have when they go and bust? Or it just takes time, like show after show after show. At least 100 shows, right? That's what they say. Get at least 100 shows, and at least then you can get, really?
Yeah.
More than that, okay.
100 shows and you'll go, oh shit, I have no idea what I'm doing. No, I'd say 1,000 shows.
1,000 shows,
and then you can be like, I've got a handle on this. Right. 100 shows will tell you that you don't know how you're doing it. Mm-hmm. You don't know what to do. And 1,000 will tell you, all right, you're either gonna keep doing this or you're gonna quit.
Right.
You know?
Do you see a lot of guys start it and they eventually
dude, they come and go like flies, yeah.
And what do you think was allowed you to keep going? What is it? I mean, I know that you love it and this is your life.
I think it's just a natural ability and a natural affection for connecting with people.
Okay.
And having a really thick skin as well, because like sometimes it's really hard and they don't laugh and they don't clap and they don't want to give you anything.
Yeah.
But you got to push through that.
Yeah.
And I have confidence that if I make it to the end of my show, at some point, even if it's right near the end, I'm going to win them over.
Right.
And they're going to pay me.
Right.
So you got to work through those hard shows, and ultimately in the end you win.
I gotta say, I did Harvard Square yesterday, and I don't know about you, but I've been talking to people, and I've been performing for over 15 years juggling, and busking's been different for me. But some of the performers here said, man, I won't go to Harvard Square. Like, it's like one of the worst squares to go to. And I guess it was big back in the day, but now it's hard to get the people to stop and watch your show. And I gotta say, it was hard for me, but after a while, they did stop. They did want to see a show. After that show, I had mad respect for what you do. I mean, it is tough to be on the streets and get a crowd. But if you stick to it, like you said, and stay till the end, I did like 5 clubs on a 10-foot unicycle at the end. I was super stoked to land that trick, and they loved it, you know? So what I've learned, it's hard to gather the crowd, it's hard to keep the crowd, and it's hard to continue going even if you feel like the show is not going to what you want. And sometimes my music didn't work, my mic wasn't working, and those things happen. How many times do you have things where it just doesn't work and you just keep going?
Very rarely. I mean, I don't use music, I just use the mic.
What's the reason behind that? Why don't you use music?
On the street, I feel like it takes focus away from what I'm saying. If I'm at a festival where people are there to watch me, they're not going to leave. I do use a little bit of music, but on the street, I want their focus. I want their absolute focus, and I feel like having something in the background
distracts,
is just distracting from what I'm saying.
What about enhancing a trick? What about the ending finale or something? Or it could help.
I mean, it can help. It does. I mean, I definitely at festivals, I definitely do use music, but not on the street. On the street, I feel like I just need to connect with the audience just with my voice.
Your setup is all right here in this bag, all in this box. How long did it take you to kind of figure out what worked for you?
Like 20 years.
20 years.
Yeah. I was carrying 2 bags for like 20 years, and I just got down to 1 bag.
So the trick is less is more.
Yeah.
Definitely. And try to make your show come out of 1 suitcase, and you do it actually literally. As a pole comes out of the suitcase.
You only need one big trick, and another trick that's a little bit on the ground to get the crowd. So you get the crowd with the 1 trick, and then you finish with your big trick.
Well, you do the chainsaw to get the crowd, and then at the end you stand on how big is the pole?
It's 12 feet.
12 feet tall, stand on a pole, spin some machetes around your head, juggle more machetes. It is awesome. What's your favorite prop to juggle that you like?
I do have these new machetes that are really badass looking, so I think they're my favorite right now.
Very cool, very cool. What has performing given back to you?
It's my whole life, mate. I mean, I've dedicated my whole life and my body and everything to this art form.
Yeah, you do have some tattoos here, I see.
Yeah.
What's your favorite tattoo?
My favorite?
Yeah.
Maybe my newest.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And is this part of your show kind of look, or do you just like your own personal?
It's all part of the costume, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm playing a part here, you know.
Where did the image come from? Your kind of character. What was this that you wanted to have? This kind of edginess to you. Where did this come from?
I mean, my show's a little edgy as it is.
Yeah. Very cool.
I like having the tattoos. One of my mentors has a bunch of tattoos, so that was like a big eye opener. Lucky Rich.
Lucky Rich, cool.
And when he would go out and do a show, you know, he had tons of tattoos and his big unicycle, and he'd walk out there and everyone would be like, "Wow, what's he gonna do?" And they'd all gather around. So for me, it was like, "Oh, wow, tattoos get you a crowd."
Oh, I should get some tattoos myself. But I'm a little too crazy. I should call myself. He said a great name would be Loco Lucian.
Dude,
crazy Lucian.
It's awesome. Loco Lucian.
I am a little crazy.
It's like locomotion, but it's your name. It's perfect.
Alakazam. One last thing you want to say to the camera about how performing has changed your life and given back to you? Anything else you want to say?
Yeah, I mean, I've had the freedom to travel all around the world, make a living, meet people, have friends and family all over the world, and never had a boss. And you know, I earn what a doctor earns. So
awesome. Man.
And I only have to work 4 hours a week.
That's awesome.
It's pretty cool.
That's awesome. Well, there you have it. Alakazam. Thanks for watching. See you guys next time. Now get out there and go do some busking. Peace.